Start recording. So tonight we'll be going through introduction to process map, and like I mentioned on the BA Guild, that it is going to be an interactive class. So I just prepared a short slide as an introduction to what process map is about, and just give a bit of background. So when we go into the practical session, you have an understanding of what we are talking about or where we are headed tonight. My name is Boluwatife Odikomaya, and I'm a business analyst, a doctor, and many other things. So what I'm going to be talking about tonight, we need the foundation of what process mapping is about. When you hear process mapping, what comes to mind? What we are trying to do is map a process. And as a business analyst, when you are employed into an organization, they have a process in place, which is called the as is. When you see as is, it means the current process, and then the to be processes, how to map both um, of them effectively, high level and low level process mapping. I want to use each of the mapping approach. So what is ASIS? Understanding ASIS versus to be. What is ASIS? ASIS is the current process. That's what exists today. So on day one, when you get your job as a business analyst, there is a process on ground. However, just a caveat, there might be situations whereby you are employed for a project that is new. There is no process at all on ground. Those kind of projects are called greenfield projects. Greenfield projects. So there is nothing previously on ground. You are the first person doing this project, and it's not like they are trying to. So maybe this establishment is a new one, it's a new startup, and then they employed you, and then they said, you are the business analyst that we handle our processes. So those kind of projects are called greenfield projects, but oftentimes than not, when you are employed, there is already a process on ground, which is the current process, and it's called as is in the BA terminology. So current state, what exists today. To be is the future state once the improvement or the changes happen. So what does that mean in layman term? What it means is the process. So when you come on a project, the first thing you want to understand is the pain point. Pain point means what's the problem? What do we want to achieve? So you want to understand where are the gaps, what's the discrepancies on ground, and how can we close that gap, or how do we ensure that these gaps are no longer there, or they can be improved. So now what you're trying to do is to get the project or the process from where it is to its ideal state where it should be in future. So that is called to be. So to be, because you hear it a lot as things to be as a business analyst. So just to give you an understanding of what it means, and what this between the assist and the to be, what you're trying to do is called gap analysis. You are trying to understand where the gap lies between the current process and the supposed future process. So the gap that is in between is called gap analysis. So you're trying to understand the gap analysis, and one of the many ways to do a gap analysis is to create a process map by mapping out the current state versus the future states. Okay. Yeah. So what are the things, like how do you map the assist and the to be? The first thing is to observe and document the current process. So when you come, many organizations sometimes, not many, but some organizations, when you join them, don't have any process on ground. they don't even, because everybody's just doing their thing. As a business analyst, the first job is to ensure that you document the current process. If they have documentation, that's great. It makes your job easier. You can map out the current process. However, if they don't, what you do, the first thing you do is to observe and document the current process, and then you begin to identify improvement areas. That's after you've spoken to the SMEs, you've understood their pain points. Now, the next thing is you want to design optimized process flow, which is the to be. What will happen? What are the gaps that you realized, and where is what is the ideal process? What's going to be the ideal process? And then use tools like flowcharts, swim lane diagrams, or BPMN. I mean, so there are many things that we can use to map out. However, with BlueSky, we use Visio a lot, and Visio is one of my favorite mapping tools because it allows me get, especially when I use the swim lanes, the cross-functional flowchart, it allows me map in swim lanes. I can do swim lanes, and I'll show you guys what swim lane means. And because it looks like a swimming pool, that's why it's called swimming. So in mapping out processes, we have the high level and the low level. Every time I take when people hear high level, low level, they feel like, oh, the high level is supposed to be the detailed, while the low level is supposed to be not so detailed. But it doesn't work like that. So what the high level mapping is about is it gives you a broad overview of the process. It's very good with stakeholder, like when you're explaining to stakeholder, it captures the specific process that we go through, not the details. Like, so for example, if you want to create a website, like you are talking about, for example, a feature login. So, or you're talking about a website, the journey a user will go through on using a particular website. You say the user browse through the website, log in, and or sign up. Then what's the next thing? They they choose a catalog, they go to payment and all of that. That's very high level because you're not going into details of breaking it down. However, the low level mapping goes into when you get to login, it goes down and start talking about enter username, enter password, and all of that. So it's detailing the steps that will be taken, how specific tasks, specific decisions, who is going to take that and all of that, and what happens, who responds. It's very, very detailed. The high level is very good for when you're discussing with stakeholders because stakeholders don't have time. Stakeholders don't have the time to sit down in meetings with you for 5, 6, 3 hours. Max, they'll give you 1 hour, IS 1 hour, 30 minutes. So you need to find a way to capture their attention while you can still show them how the journey will go. So if high level mapping is very good for executive summary, early stage decision. Low level is for the process redesign and automation. Well, low level actually is very good for documentation in your backend, your repository, like having it in your repository and saying anybody that comes on the project can see the details that goes into interacting with the process of this project. So it goes down to the nitty-gritty of things. So it's very good for like some stakeholders do enjoy looking through the low level, but many stakeholders prefer high level mappings so that they can quickly go through it and go about their day. So that's it in a nutshell. Before we move to the next, any questions? before we move to the next session, any question? Anything you would like me to clarify? We have such a quiet audience. Okay. Can everyone still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I was just making sure. All right.
Yes, you
I
can
take
hear
it that,
you.
okay. I take it that there is no question, so we just go into the next part. I believe that everybody on this call have been able to download Visio, and the only thing they are waiting on is activation key. Am I correct?
Yes.
Someone.
Hi. Sorry,
Please, I want to
still.
find out, how about we that have Visual before now? Are we supposed to also download the new one?
If you have Visio before now, you don't need to download the new one.
Okay, so the previous one still work for now, right?
It will always work. It's a one-time license.
Okay, so
Mm.
no problem.
You got your license from BlueSky. It will always work when
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes, really. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're
Hi, Bolu. Good evening.
welcome.
So with mine, yesterday we had a look at it. So it's giving me this error message saying we found the problem. We're sorry, Office click to run installer encountered the problem. So I'm not sure if it's to do with my laptop. So I'm trying another laptop at the moment now, to see if I can, download it on that one. But, I'm still having same issues as I had yesterday.
On the new laptop.
No, not on the new laptop. I've just started downloading
Okay.
that now. So
Okay.
yeah, hopefully maybe
Yeah,
that should be fine. But
let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes with that one.
okay,
Thankfully, this is recorded, so you can always follow through,
okay.
and you can also still participate. I mean, you have to participate in the in the you have to participate because it's going to be a very interactive class. You guys are the one that will give me the projects we are going to map out, like I mentioned on the group this morning or afternoon. Yeah, so you guys are going to be the one to give me the projects. So yeah, I'm just going to show you guys what to do when you have your Visio. I'm going with the assumption that everybody has been able to like save for those that run into problems, but most of the people, when you come into your Visio, it's very respectful to greet you good evening, and then you see all of these, and then you click on blank drawing. When you click on blank drawing, it asks you which one do you want, metrics unit. It doesn't really matter, but if you are feeling like you want to test, you can choose whichever. It's going to automatically be on metrics unit. So you click on create. When you click on create, we go to more shapes and go to flowcharts and click on basic flowcharts and cross-functional flowcharts. So the cross-functional flowchart gives you swim lane like this, and then the basic flowchart brings out all of this for you. Then we go to I think it's design, and then we go to orientation and change it from portrait to landscape. So this is what you're supposed to see, or how this is how your process flow is supposed to be like, because you're going to be mapping in swim lanes. So you can choose a design. You guys, which design should we pick? Is your project?
Yeah, that one is fine. If every other person agrees.
Okay. It's very colorful. So yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy to have it. All right. Thank you, Rosemary.
You're
So
welcome.
the first thing you want to do is you want to move your swim lane onto your white canvas because you're an artist. You're an artist right now, and then you will see the title function phase. So we create process map, our process map in C. So because this is the first phase, we are going to name it phase 001 because there will always be room for correction, and then we'll title it. So you guys, what is our project? What project are we working on? What's the name? What is it about? So we can start mapping. It's your turn now. It's your turn to speak. Hello, people. Wakey, wakey. Don't sleep on me. Okay.
And we
I try to, sorry,
go on,
to
Augusta.
mentor skills.
No, we can't. There was a message on the group. I don't know if you read it. It cannot have semblance with your current project. It can, because that's breach of data. And it cannot be your current project. It's just to give you an understanding of how to map your project, not do your project for you, if that makes sense. Plus, it's breach of data. I'm bridging data. You can get me into trouble if I do that.
Okay, can we maybe go for maybe a retail store like Sainsbury's, like shopping, a customer, a user who wants to go into a store to get his or her shopping done?
Into a store. Remember that we are doing what we want to do is, so tell me what the end goal is, and if you can tell me what the end goal is. So a user going into a store, what are they trying to achieve?
So I think what they would be trying to achieve is to be able to, get their shopping items into the basket and then be able to pay. So I think we'll be looking at a payment system.
Why don't you use a website instead?
Okay, yes.
Because
Yeah.
you can shop online, right?
Yeah, that's what I actually mean. Sorry, it's come out like we're going to walk into the shop. So yeah, it's a website, a shopping, it can be any online shopping website.
Okay. Yeah, you have to come up with the name. Rosemary is not the only person on this call. I think Oduyemi and every other person, please do
I was
kindly
thinking of a dating website
dating website. You will know them.
for only Nigerians.
So dating website.
Yeah, just to make it unique, make it different from every other ones.
Dating website.
Nigerian dating website.
I do apologize. Hey, excuse that. Are you looking for why? Are you
No,
searching?
I just want it to be. You said it should be interactive, so I just want a bit of fun into it. It seems we've been too serious for some time now.
It's true. You people are very serious because the way okay. Does every other person agree? It's a team. It's a teamwork. So Rosemary, we have two suggestions now. Rosemary suggested a retail website, and Oduyemi suggested a dating website for only Nigerians. So it's up to you guys.
Let's go for retail. Don't let us be racist. So go for retail.
It's up to everybody. It's up to everybody. You guys, it's not, these people have suggested, so now it's time for you to make your pick. And
hello. Musa suggested something. Musa, on the chat. No, sir, you can check the
Okay,
chat. Yeah.
I can't see the chat because I am sharing my screen. So yeah, I'm sharing my screen, so I can't. Okay, let me see. On
He said recruitment.
recruitment. Recruitment. Now we have 3. This is going to make money in Nigeria dating website. That is so I'm using corner eye to look at you. Okay. So now we have 3 suggestions. You guys really need to vote quickly so that we
I
can
vote.
move on.
I'm voting for the online shopping site, the retail, Rosemary's.
Okay, Rosemary voted for retail. Okay, next vote, you guys. Let's be fast so that we finish on time and everybody can go and sleep.
Hello, I think Augusta just voted as well
Augusta
for
for
online
retail.
shopping. Yeah.
So we have
So
2 votes for
two.
online.
And there's Janet Ǩayode. She said online shopping as well. So
Janet does not count. She's not among us.
okay.
She does not count. Okay. Yeah. You guys, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. I know you've had a long day and I don't want us to spend too much time on this. Is everybody happy with online retail store? Because we have 3 suggestions. We have recruitment, we have online, we have dating websites. So I need more votes. I need more votes.
We've got 20 people on
Okay.
on this call.
Okay,
Everyone's
let's just
quiet.
do the the online shop. Retail
Yes,
shop,
I
yeah.
vote for online shopping. I'm voting for online shopping.
Okay,
I like
that's
to
4.
shop.
Okay. I think four is enough. Let's go. What's the name of this our shop? We need a name for our website. We need a name.
GG.
Trendy
G and
stores.
G.
I just came.
Sir? Moderate. You said what? I didn't hear you actually. I'm not trying to. I didn't hear what you said. Yeah.
I think someone said G and G. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Is
think
it
that's
G
what I
and
heard.
G or G and G? Okay.
Or D and G.
G. Ah,
Yeah, I said G and G or
G and G.
online.
G&G retail shop. Okay, so on this side where you see functions, 2 things. It depends on the number um of users involved or interactions involved. For example, if you're mapping for like finance department, accounting department, marketing, user, system, all of that, that determines the number of swim lanes that you have. But this looks like from what Rosemary mentioned, this is just going to be an interaction between the user and the system. So the system being the responder to the prompts that a user puts into it. So when you go online and you click something, it gives you a feedback. The feedback is sent by the system to you. And then you see it in the front end. Something goes on in the back end, which you don't really need to worry about for now, but you might get to worry about. But for now, you don't need to worry about it. But yeah, yeah. So for this, we are going to have two swim lanes, which are user, and then we have the system. Okay. Let's go to home. Can you guys see this writing, or should I increase the font?
Please increase it.
Okay. Your wish is my command, sir. Okay, so the basic flow chart. As you can see, every single one of them here is labeled. See, process, decision, start, sub-process, document, data, and so on and so forth. What we'll be concerning ourselves with, remember, this is the high level, and let's just assume that we are doing the to-be process now. So for the assist, it's always nice to name your page. So you can name it here, just double click, you can say as is, and then you can add a new page and say to be. So we are mapping for to be, right? Let me just let me switch them back and rename to be. No, mm, mm, to be. Okay, so every of our process has a start. Let me just activate the auto pointer. It will be process view. So you click on view and then you tick this auto connect. So all our processes have a start. So we start. You guys are the one that will be mapping this, by the way, not me. You tell me, I just help you fill it in, and you will see. So we're going to go through it together. When you go to a website, now you're going to a retail website. When you get on that website, what's the very first thing you will do? What's the very first thing you will do when you get to a
You log
website?
in. You log in.
Log in. Is that the first thing you will do? Like the very first thing, as soon as you get on a website.
Probably see the
For
home page.
example, you don't
Homepage.
even have an account on the website. What do you do? Like the very first thing when you come in contact with the website.
The home page come up.
Homepage.
Okay. So we call it browse
Okay.
the website.
You navigate around to familiarize
Or
yourself with the website.
Okay. Somebody has come up with something like that. Navigate website. Okay. Or navigate to home page. Let me make this better. Control Z, navigate to this home page. Okay. So now that you've navigated to the home page, what do you do? Let's assume that you don't have an account on this website. You don't have anything, nothing. This is your first interaction with this website. The G&G retail online store. Let me do online store. Online store. What's the next thing?
You try to sign up.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's say you browse through the website because you need an inspiration for you to sign up through web page, right? Navigate to home page, you browse through it. You browse through the home page, and then now you need to make a decision. So a decision is any action that you don't necessarily need to take, right? You don't necessarily need to take. You can take it and you can choose not to take it. That's when decision is used. So because sign up is not a forced decision, we are going to, it's not a first action. We are going to make it a decision. And every decision has a question mark. And by the way, I forgot to mention, every of your process needs to start with a verb because it's an action that is taken. So sign up, and then we have yes and no. 1 minute, let me just expand this down. So if it is a yes, what happens? If it's a no, what happens? If it's a yes, what happens? If it's a no, what happens?
If it's a yes, then the user's details will be requested, like the email address and the name,
Okay.
data like
Right.
that. So, yeah.
Okay. If it's a yes, you say enter details. Remember, we're starting with the verb. Enter details or user credential or whatever you want to do. So in this arrow, you double click on the arrow and then you say yes, you type yes into it. However, if it's a no, what do we do? If it's a no, what happens?
Probably takes us back to the browsing. Sorry.
That's correct. Takes us back there because the user can still decide to just continue browsing through the website because that's their inspiration for either signing up or leaving. Okay, now that details have been entered, so what then happens? What happens when you enter details? So let's say system verify detail, verify. Remember that we are doing a high level user details or user credentials. Let's use credentials because we'll see its details for credentials. Enter credentials. Verify user credentials. And then the system makes a decision because the system needs to, oh, I forgot, you guys are doing mapping. So why do you think that the system needs to verify user credential? Think about it from a user standpoint. Whenever you go to a website and then you are trying to sign up and the system, why do you think the system checks your credentials or return back a message and says, oh, you did not fulfill the requirement or something?
Is it to authenticate the users, like the credentials they've put there, if it's right or wrong, if it's incorrect or if it's that person, if it's actually that person, a real person signing up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, don't be unsure. Just say what you think. Give it. It's going to
For
help you
security,
authenticate or
security.
sorry. Yeah, it's not authenticate I was supposed to write. I was supposed to say credential, verify user. What's the verb we can use to do this one like this now? Details correct details. English correct details or details correct. I don't know. You get the gist.
Or just validated. So,
Okay. Thank you very much. You see?
you're welcome.
It's validate. I mean, okay.
Details
Valid
validated.
details. Valid details. Valid details. If it's a yes, what happens? If it's a yes, what happens?
The user is able to log in.
But what does that mean?
The user becomes a registered
So the system creates the accounts.
the account. Okay.
System create the account. But if it's a no, so let's not forget to type yes here. If it's a no, what happens?
Declined. Like, well, account not created.
Are you sure?
Another one.
What does the system do when your details are not correct? What does it do?
Error.
What does the system do? It gives you an error message,
try
right?
Email.
Yeah, it gives you an error message.
and says try again.
So
you go back to enter credentials.
But before then, it needs to send a message to the user, right? The system itself needs to tell user something
Error
before we
message.
can then link it. Yeah. So requests, credentials, request credentials, and then that one goes this way. She's a no. So you request credentials, user enter credentials, create accounts. When the account has been created, what then happens? This will go here because it's going back to the user. When the system creates the user's account, what happens?
You can then start shopping.
Okay.
So access to.
So let's say navigate to shopping page. Now that the user is on shopping page, what happens? What does the user need to do?
Select items, select.
So before they select item, I think they'll browse through to see what they want, right?
Yeah, that is the navigate. Okay, navigating the shopping.
So when we say navigate, that means it's taking you to another page.
Okay.
You click on that particular what do they call it? Somebody help. Uh, So we have the home and like that, all those buttons up. Somebody help me. I know
Okay.
the
Take you to the home page.
Maybe not necessarily, or it can take you back to the home page. Yes, but then you click on the one of the features, either the shopping page or so navigating is taking you to that particular page that you have selected that you want to go to. And then when you get to that page, you will then begin to browse through that page and then select. You can skip the browse through. It's just for like because we said it's eye level doesn't necessarily mean that it shouldn't have some details so that anybody that is going through it can easily understand and say, oh, okay, oh, this step is here. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier for anybody that picks up to understand where the process is going, if you get what I mean. Does that make sense, Ian?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, thank you. Okay, browse through the shopping page and then redo your select items or select preferred items, right? It's only Rosemary, Oduyemi, and there was one other person that was speaking before. What's going on? What's happening with the rest of the guys? What's going on, guys? Am I too fast? What's happening? Please do tell me. Select preferred product or what should we call this?
Maybe items or
Okay,
yeah,
preferred
products.
items. I mean, it's yours, so I'm with you. I'm with you, my sister. Anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to lighten the mood. You guys seem very, very serious.
So everything in the blue in the in blue in the rectangle boxes, they're like processes, is it?
Yes, that's very, very correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Select preferred items. So what then happens?
Maybe add to cart or add to shopping basket also.
Yeah, that's awesome. Add to cart. Then what then happens?
Make payment.
Okay.
Like go to checkout or something like that,
Yeah.
to make the payments.
Navigate to checkout page.
Okay.
Navigate to checkout page. And then what then happens?
Payment details will be
Okay, but before payment details, there'll be when you go to checkout page, what do you see? Like when you go to any checkout page, what do you see?
Decision to pay or go back to shop.
And the
Not
price.
Ma?
Type of payment or mode of payments.
Select payment method. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
So you see different payment method that you can select from. Either you use credit card, debit card, PayPal, which other one? Klarna, all of them like that. So select payment method. Select payment method. So what happens when you select payment method?
Enter payment details, your card details, or the method details.
Enter payment details. You're on fire, do you mean? Have you done this one before?
No, I'm following Rosemary's footstep.
No.
Okay, enter payment details. What's that mean? Okay. Enter payment details. Then I'm going to go into this one. Draw. Now that we have entered payment details, what now happen?
To submit the so like
Have you still
check
done
out,
this
click
one
on check out.
before?
Your tutor already trying to learn as quick as possible from what
I
you're
like it.
teaching.
You're awake, you're awake.
Yeah.
Should we say submit? Let's say click
Yeah.
on submit button. Click on submit button. Now, when this is done, what then happens? Who does the work now?
The system.
Who does the work? You have done this work before. You have done this work before. There's nothing you cannot tell me that you can tell me. Sorry.
No.
There's nothing you can tell me. You have done this work before.
The
Okay.
system
Yeah,
have to
that's fine.
process the payments, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's very correct. So now let's look for the English to you. So receives
Process payment and so on.
yeah. So let's say it receives it first, and because it has to, we have to make the system has to make a decision. Do you get?
Yeah.
In the place of processing. Oh, okay, we can say process here. Process details, right? Process payment.
Payment details, yeah. Payment.
And then it goes ahead to make a decision. No. It makes a decision now. Isn't this thing guy? So what decision will you make?
You would authorize that payment maybe to check that.
No, but
Okay, sorry.
You have to ask a question.
Okay. To process order or not, I don't know.
Remember that you are coming from the details, like what is trying to check.
It could decline. It could decline and it could be accepted. Maybe there's not enough money or fake details.
Okay. So we should say accept
or decline.
Accept. Right? We can't use either or in this sentence.
Okay.
It's just one. Then you use, that's why your yes and no is there. Okay. If it's a yes, accept payment. Accept payment. If it's a yes, what then happens? If it's a yes, what happens?
Items will be delivered or dispatched.
Ordered accepted.
Okay, order accepted. Yeah, it might be better because you don't dispatch immediately. Please, where do you shop? I think I'll start shopping there because If they dispatch immediately, you submit the order. They are like on fire. But yeah, they accept the order and process, or we can say process order, or then uh, uh, send order accepted, send confirmation to user, send confirmation to user. Receives confirmation and that ends the process. And you can change the color of this to red in the end here. But yeah, now let's have a no. If it's a no, what happens? If it's a no, what happens?
Takes you back to click on submit button, enter payment details.
So
Take
it
it back
will
to
be request. The system will request requests
new payment method.
new payment details.
Details.
Payment details, right? And then it will go this way. Let's connect it back to this, right?
Yeah.
This is a no. Yeah, and that's it. There we have it. Our retail shop. Are you guys happy? Are you happy with it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Quite interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. It can be very, I mean, it makes you really think. That's the thing with process mapping. There are some processes that will be longer than this. This is the entire journey. Imagine somebody gives you this, even without you going to the website. Don't you have an understanding of what is going to happen throughout the entire process?
Yeah, you do.
Exactly. So that's the point of having a process map. So imagine you having this and presenting this to your stakeholder, all your like when I say your stakeholders, you remember that your developers are part of your stakeholders, and then they can see. So it's easier for them to know how to build and how the build will go from start to finish. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so any question? Thank you so much, Rosemary and Oduyemi. You guys are my champions. I don't want to be like Olaomi that always send audio sweets and coffee. I would have said I would send you guys sweet and coffee, but it will just be audio. But yeah,
No
thank you guys so much. I
Welcome.
hope
worries. Thank
this
you.
really gave you an understanding of how you create a process map and an understanding of the direction you're to go with yours. So it's one caveat to put is at the beginning. So let's just say this was based on your requirement that you gathered from the stakeholder. You can create something like this, but there can always be an ongoing adjustment. It's not a one-time thing and then you dump it somewhere. That's why it's in phases. When the stakeholder corrects it, we change this to maybe 1.0 or 0.2, however you want to number it, for is in phases. So you just create like that so that it's traceable at the end of the day and everybody can know where it is or where the journey is and the corrections that have been made. All right. Any question from anyone?
One question for me, Rosemary, yeah?
Yes.
So
Yes, please.
would you say this is like at a high level or like low level?
Yeah. This is a high level process
Level.
map. Maybe I should pull out an example of a low level process map for you guys. Oh no, it's not. Okay. 1 minute, guys. Oh, oh. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me. Oh dear. Okay. Let me save you guys on first and then what should I save it as? Let me save it on my desktop. What should I save it as? J and G. Because I'll send it to you. What do you want it to be saved as? Okay.
Maybe
G
BA Eastern.
G
Okay.
online shop.
Retail online retail. Okay. All right. I can then close this and bring up an example of a low level audio. Let me stop sharing and get it up first. Visual. Let me just get let me try to look for the low level process map. I'm not sure I have one. I'm not sure I have one. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I have one. I thought I had one um on my Visio, but low level process map. Let me share my screen again and just show you guys if we were to do the low level my Visio share screen. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Not yet. It's just showing
Okay.
okay, now we can.
Okay. Yes, so if we are going to do the low level of this, it will be something like this. So bring the sub process into this and say enter user credentials. So what are the credentials that we've said? Maybe username, password, and like that, detailing all of this. Do you get? That's
Yeah.
how the low level will go. And we use sub process for when we are trying to tell you the sub, just as the name, the process here, this process has a sub process under it. So just as the name implies, sub process. So the processes that are under that process. Does that make sense?
Yes, it
By
does.
confusion.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. I thought I had. You guys, you will not believe I've been speaking muted. I'm so sorry. I've been talking muted. I was asking if there were any other question, and I was apologizing to Nusa. I wasn't checking the chat. Um, I saw that you were sending messages. Sincere apologies. Okay. Um, any question? Any question? You guys are very quiet though.
None from
Is
me. Thank you.
Alrighty. Any question from anybody? Anything at all that is confusing you, that you need clarification on, even if it's not process map? All right. Silence means if you have any questions, reach out to your mentors. They'll be happy, much more than happy to assist you on what to do and how to go about it. And yeah, I think that's it from me.
One question, Boluwatife.
Wow.
When do we
Wow.
design? Sorry, I know you wanted to go. It just kind of come to my mind. When do we design this? Is it at the beginning of the project or along, if we are to design it?
That's such a good question. That's a very good question. So, here's what I would say. When you get your requirements from your stakeholder, it's good to start designing a process map. The reason is because it helps you play back the requirements in a visual form to your stakeholders. Get what I mean? So there are some stakeholders that have and the stakeholders that don't have time to be going through documentation, some of the documentations you've created, and you don't necessarily invite your client stakeholder, just to differentiate. When you say your business stakeholders to your backlog refinements, you don't invite them. They have no business being there. They have no business crossing to that side of things. So playing back with visuals is very helpful for a lot of stakeholders, especially non-technical stakeholders, and even the ones that are technical, because people don't really have time. People have short attention span. Like nobody wants to sit with thousands and thousands of documents. However, you can improve it as you go along in the project. Also, it's very good for you to have it and you know, when you have this, you can write your entire user story using this if
Yeah.
you know how to interpret it well, because it's the journey,
It
right?
makes it
You're
easier.
interpreting the user journey. So, of course, there are things that will go into details, but you can pick out your features, you can pick out your epics just by looking at your process map. It makes your life really easy when you start the project. Did that
Thank
answer your
you.
question?
Yeah, yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, any other person had a light bulb moment I want to ask me? Any question before I run away? Okay. Any question? Any last minute question?
Mine is not actually a question. I did have some questions. I think they've been answered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in terms of the system side and the interaction side, it's been answered.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm glad. Okay. Looks like we do not have any question, and yeah, it would be nice to call it a night, but it looks like okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's quite large. It's very big, and 1 minute. Let me see. So you can see where the sub process is coming. Yeah, sub process. So mm, yeah, see sub process, another sub process. Yeah. You can see how we are going up, down, up, down. And yeah, so this one is not an it's just for, I think, a particular journey, student's journey. So it's not for the entire thing. So it's really, so this is an example of a low level because it has a sub process and all of that. So the student journey doesn't have so much of I think the instructor's journey has a lot. And if I can find it, I'll put it up. So yeah, that's an example. Rosemary, you can share your screen.